it's time for the bronze medal match in the women's competition here in Munich. And Munich's very own Katharina Bauer is featured in this match. Going for bronze at home, Bauer gets a big round of applause from the crowd here. They will be right behind Katharina Bauer from this town. It's going to be an interesting one for Elisabeth Straka from the neighbours in Austria as we go down to the field of play for the introductions.
On target number 1, representing Germany, Katharina Bauer. On target number 2, representing Austria, Elisabeth Straka. The line judge for this match is Manuela Cascio.
So, Chef, we haven't got much time. The banana is back on Bauer's back. The difficult, interesting one for Straka here because the crowd are all going to be behind Katharina Bauer.
Yeah, maybe she can find some consolation in the fact that they at least speak the same language as she does.
Always looking for the silver lining, Chef Vandenberg. And there's Straka's. So another one of Bauer's trinkets. Another late adjustment from Bauer. The wind you can just see slightly picked up. We start the Recurve women's bronze medal match here in Munich.
Yeah, and although she adjusted the elevation of her side, she didn't adjust the what is it? The latitude or the width,
The lateral.
so to say. Yeah, lateral. So she did hit pretty much on the right height, but not the right width.
Well, if you're new to this and the individuals and you've been watching the teams, it switches around very quickly. Only 3 arrows and they shoot alternately.
Both having trouble finding the middle of the target, but yeah, it seems like the wind has slightly picked up from what we can see, especially if you zoom in at the target, you can see the paper fluttering around sometimes, and I think there might be more wind that we can see with our vantage point here.
Yeah, I think you may well be right, and Bauer has put this one out of reach, but it's not just about that. Straka would have been looking to find a little bit more into the middle, perhaps a bit of overcorrection to bottom rights and then going high left.
Yeah, and it's a very logical thing to do. If you hit bottom right twice, then you're gonna, correct either with your sight or with your aiming. And if then the circumstances change again, you're automatically gonna hit low or high left. So it makes sense, but yeah, I think it's time to get in the gold for her.
Time for both of them to get into the goal. I mean, there was a very, what's the right word, deliberate, functional, practical conversation going on between Bauer and coach there. It was quite serious. And then you could see the coach immediately said, right, that's enough, we've done that now, relax. And you saw Bauer starting to smile again and chill out.
So that was the information. From now on, you can relax again and focus on the next end or next set, rather.
Tricky one for Straka here as well. Coach for the Austrian also trying to keep her calm and relaxed. She's got to ignore what's going on around you at the best of times. But when you're shooting against someone for a medal at the European Championships on their home turf, it's a little bit harder than normal to keep you cool. Bauer's taken the first set. Straka will shoot first in the second.
Yeah, that looked a bit like a sloppy release to me, a bit of a delay between the click and the release. And I think it was maybe due to a little bit too much tension in the shot. That looked like a much cleaner shot.
Yeah, there was a flow to that, wasn't there, with Bauer?
Yeah, that's better. Better, but still not in a gold. So it might be that either her sight is not set correctly yet, or as we could see by looking at the stabilizer of Katharina Bauer that has a piece of string attached to see the wind, it was blowing to the right. So it might be that the arrow of Elisabeth got caught by the wind and therefore is heading a bit right. But she's finally found the gold, so maybe from here on out it will improve.
Big opportunity though. 5 to share the points anymore. Well, that is much more. That's a 10, and that is a 4-0 lead for Bauer, who's buoyant. She is bouncing as she's walking. She's on this, isn't she?
Yeah, yeah. And she has a very genuine smile on her face. It's not like I am nervous and therefore should smile kind of face. I think she's just generally happy that she's there and that she's leading in a very convincing manner.
Yeah, because I mean, sometimes we talk about the pressure that's on Straka was going up against someone shooting in her hometown, but there's also pressure on Bauer, isn't there? Shooting, there's a responsibility, if you like, and she's relishing it here.
Yeah, you can obviously interpret it in both ways. You can find it or feel it as a pressure, or you can feel it as like a comforting blanket that you have, like a lot of people who are sending you good vibes, who are supporting you in every way possible.
Erst bei Gülnaz-Koschun war Schluss im Halbfinale und deswegen sehen wir sie jetzt hier im Bronzefinale. Elisabeth Straka, meine Damen und Herren.
Bit of concern in the first set. It was all smiles at the end of the second. A 4-0 lead for Katharina Bauer. And Straka, Elisabeth Straka from Austria, will shoot first. Signs in the previous set that she might well be zoning in on the middle. We're about to find out the start of set number 3.
Yeah, that was quite good. I think she just might be a little nervous. If you look at the shots that she's making, even the good shots are not really hitting where they're supposed to hit, which in turn is giving Katharina a little bit of breathing room and a little bit of, comfort in this match.
Well, it's looking. Oh, there we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Right in the middle of the target, but it is still possible that Bauer could do it in this set. 6 points the target in the individual, and the grouping looking very strong. They are level on points here though. Another 10 from Straka could make this one very interesting.
Yeah, you can see the shaking, it's very visible. She's opening the door a bit, only a 9 to win right now.
Yeah, it's incredible, and you got the feeling here Bauer can do this in 9 arrows. And she gets the 9 that she needs for a 6-0 win. And she's been containing that. She's been holding that in to get a medal here at home in Munich, in her hometown. That is what it looks like.